What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I turned 22 years old, so I'm remaking an old video of mine that I made back in like July of last year, maybe even 2019, honestly, I forget, where I go through every year I've been alive and give you guys my favorite movie. This is a common thing a lot of people do on their birthday on YouTube, so I said, hey, might as well remake a video that I made a while back. Some of the movies have changed, I think some have stayed the same, but I went back and rewatched some of that video, and it's safe to say I'm ready to give that one the remake treatment. But before I give you guys my favorite movie from every year I've been alive, make sure to hit that like button and comment your favorite movie from every year you've been alive in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one. Alright, let's start out of the gate with a little bit of a heater, because this is not the best movie from 1999 by a long shot, and a lot of people hate this movie. But it's my favorite movie of 1999, and I was afraid to say it in the original video. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Don't care. I don't care. I originally said it was Fight Club, which I've seen that movie twice, and I do really like Fight Club. It's a significantly better movie than The Phantom Menace. Toy Story 2 is a contender for this spot, which is significantly better than The Phantom Menace. But my favorite movie from 1999 is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It's the one I've not only seen the most, but one that I revisit the most. It is a massive piece of my childhood. The year I was born, obviously, so it kind of goes hand in hand with that. The Duel of Fates score, the iconic lightsaber duel that takes place in the end, but you have the entire pod race sequence, which I'm a big fan of. We get a ton of lore on not only the Jedi, but like the Council and the beginning of Palpatine's plan. It's just a really brilliant piece of storytelling, honestly. Love or hate the prequels, there's no denying the greatness of the storytelling and the mind of George Lucas. The year 2000 should not be a surprise to anyone. It's going to be Remember the Titans, a movie that is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, I want to say. Any chance I get on this channel, I will mention it. It's my favorite sports movie of all time. It's a very inspirational movie, one that you must see if you haven't. Denzel probably should have been nominated for an Oscar. I quote it all the time with my friends, especially the scene where they're in the locker room. Me and Bert Tears' mama went out on town last night. Man, my back's killing me. Louis Lastig, what's wrong with your back? And he says, I just got done giving your mama a piggyback ride. She weighs twice as much as I do. That's a mama joke. Remember the Titans is one that I watch yearly, sometimes 2 to 3 times a year. Fills the void in my life when football season's not happening. For 2001, I'm sticking with Monsters, Inc. It's one of my favorite Pixar films. The nostalgia is real, and I could literally listen to the opening music from that movie on a constant loop. Currently, at the age of 22, have a squishmallow of Sully in my room that I sleep with at night. I'm not afraid. It's my life. For 2002, I'm sticking with Spider-Man. This is a movie that I've actually revisited like 3 times this year, and it solidified itself as my favorite Spider-Man movie. I think Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is so damn iconic in his role, but the way he's able to just change his facial expressions makes me laugh so hard. You know how much I sacrificed? I think this is the perfect Spider-Man origin story, and I will be ecstatic to see Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in No Way Home, as well as Tobey, who, fingers crossed, is in the movie. I'm pretty sure it's obvious at this point. For 2003, it has to be Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, a movie that is a massive part of my childhood. I vividly remember going to Disney World at the age of like 5, and I got the Pirates of the Caribbean sword. I had a Jack Sparrow hat that I would walk around in my yard with like the wig and everything. I love the trilogy of Pirates movies. 4 and 5 do not exist to me, actually. They're garbage. But this is like one of the quintessential adventure movies, I think, and swashbuckling is a word people have thrown around. I have as well, and I feel like this movie kind of defines swashbuckling in a sense. For 2004, I'm going with National Treasure. There's really not much to say. I actually have to go. I'm going to go steal the Declaration of Independence. It's Nick Cage, and they're stealing a piece of U.S. history. There's a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. You really don't need anything else to sell you on the movie. It's cinema. And when the 3rd movie comes out, it's going to cap off one of the greatest trilogies in the history of film. That's a fact. There is no denying that. It's going to be better than the Dark Knight trilogy. You can book that right now. For 2005, we're going back to Star Wars with Revenge of the Sith. I think this is a top 5 Star Wars movie. Not my favorite Star Wars movie, because I do acknowledge that, again, the first hour of this movie has its issues, especially with the politics of things and the romance between Anakin and Padme, yada, yada, yada. We all get it, right? But we're all here for Order 66, the magnificent, bone-chilling score by John Williams, especially Anakin's betrayal. Gives me chills thinking about it right now. I'm recording on a phone that has a case with the actual showdown of Anakin and Obi-Wan in the back. Not only is that the best moment in this movie, but arguably one of the better moments in all of Star Wars, the entire saga. It's my favorite lightsaber duel. It's most people's, and I bet money everyone watching this is more than excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show to see their epic rematch, which was teased in the concept art. For 2006, I'm actually switching up from my original video. Originally, I said The Departed. Still love the movie, but one movie has actually dethroned The Departed for my favorite of '06, and that is The Prestige. This is Christopher Nolan's second best movie, in my opinion. It's one of the best plot twists in film history. Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale both give Great performances. They go toe-to-toe the whole entire film. I'm a big fan of movies where characters are really pushing the boundaries and going too far and really just having rivalries, going at odds with each other to try and outdo one another, because it ultimately doesn't end well for someone, and there's a lot of trickeration in this movie. Massive reveals that I'm going to have to lock my mouth and throw the key out on because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Gotta watch The Prestige if you haven't seen it, and if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. For 2007, I'm sticking with Ratatouille. Who would have thought a damn movie about a rat in the sewers of Paris becoming a chef would inspire me to want to chase my dreams? I don't know. This is Pixar magic at its best, and I still remember laughing my ass off as a 8-year-old in the theater, 7-8-year-old in the theater when, I don't know why this shot made me laugh so hard. It's when the big rat is punching the meat because it's a Rocky reference, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Rocky. I guess I was a cinephile in 2007. Not anymore because I like Marvel, but back then I liked cinema, I guess. For 2008, gotta go with Iron Man. Again, I've told this story so many times on the channel. If you've been around long enough, comment how many times you actually think I've told this story. In the 4th grade, I had the DVD of Iron Man, and every single day I would come home from school and watch it on a loop. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. It's actually top 3 for me. It's the perfect intro to the entire MCU. For 2009, I got Inglourious Basterds, Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece, as he calls it. I think this just might be my masterpiece. And then Ennio Morricone's brilliant score plays over the end. But this movie is anchored by not only one of the best screenplays ever, but arguably the best performance of all time in a supporting actor in Christoph Waltz as Hans Landa. The man is just a menace. The way Tarantino is able to build tension through his screenwriting is insane to me, especially in the bar scene where this happens. Dryglass, I'm supposed to do this, and I think it should have won Best Picture. It's a damn shame that I think Hurt Locker beat it, which... Really? Hurt Locker? It's a fine movie, right? But not better than Inglourious Basterds. We're now in the 2010s, and kickstarting us off, The Social Network. I think this is the best screenplay of all time. The Social Network's a comfort movie for me. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Like, I will watch this anytime. It's 2 hours, and it will kill 2 hours like that. Jesse Eisenberg probably should have won an Oscar. Andrew Garfield was snubbed of a nomination. It's actually a crime against humanity that he was not nominated. But this is one of the more quotable, fast-paced, and just informational movies I've ever seen. Like, I learned so much watching this. But it's so suave, the way the score by Reznor and Atticus Ross is. It's one that I listen to quite frequently. 10:18 p.m. and he goes, oh, it's on. And the score goes boom 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 boom. It's one of the coolest techno scores I've ever heard, and I'm so damn happy that won the Oscar. Now, I know it went up against Hans Zimmer for Inception, which is, again, one of the best scores ever, but this one is better. Sorry. We're going back-to-back Aaron Sorkin scripts. 2011, I got Moneyball, one of the better sports movies ever, in my opinion. The definitive baseball movie. I made a TikTok series on that. People try to tell me, oh, it's The Sandlot. Get out of here with The Sandlot. That's my hot take. I don't care. Don't care. I feel like the hero of this movie might actually be Jonah Hill because he gives his career best performance, in my opinion. Hearing him talk about stats and getting on base and how they do have the possibility to create a championship caliber team with like 20 dudes instead of just signing some megastars is stuff that I've always been interested in, because free agency and like sports is really intriguing, and the ins and outs of like the general management offices, very interesting side of sports that we don't see as much because we just watch the games on TV. So I really like that this deep dives into that, and I think Sorkin is just the guy to write it because he also has a lot of heart in the script, especially with Billy Bean and his daughter, their relationship. Moneyball is a perfect sports movie in my opinion. The win streak sequence that ends with Hatterberg hitting the homer, I just got chills talking about it, and I actually have a video on my channel where I watch this movie. It's called Now Playing, where I kind of vlog my movie night, and that's on there. So Moneyball, if you want to watch me react to it, it's up there. 2012 is actually going to be different from the last time I made this video, and my new favorite from 2012 is Skyfall, a movie that I've actually seen a bunch. I just hadn't rewatched it last time I made this video, and a rewatch solidified it as my favorite Bond movie of all time. Javier Bardem Silva is actually my favorite Bond villain. The best Bond song, the best around, to quote the Karate Kid soundtrack. 2013 is different as well. Now, this is going to be kind of controversial, but I substituted Prisoners off of the list. I love Prisoners. It's one of my favorite thrillers. Denis on top of the world with Dune, I get it. I still like the guy. I have nothing against him. But I look at rewatchability and favorites, and I have to go Wolf of Wall Street over Prisoners, okay? I know Wolf of Wall Street has become synonymous with, like, finance bros and, like, the film bro community. It's funny as shit when I see videos on my, like, TikTok of people like, I watch The Wolf of Wall Street every morning to get started. It's like a takeoff on American Psycho. Leonardo DiCaprio's arguably best performance. Jonah Hill gives a damn good performance. And it's like a Scorsese epic that's so fast-paced for a 3-hour movie. I can't get over how fast it goes by. It's such an interesting story that's so fast-paced. I like the way Scorsese tells his movies with his voiceovers, the tracking shots. Those are staples of his filmography. Leo probably should have won the Oscar. Out of all his nominations, I think he should have won that over any of the other ones. For 2014, I'm going Whiplash. I have a now playing video on my channel. I'll put the link up above. I love this movie. It's in my top 10 of all time. Not quite my tempo. For 2015, we're returning to Star Wars yet again with the only Star Wars sequel movie that has really made me feel anything. And that is The Force Awakens. Now, this is nostalgia heavy. In fact, the later films and the sequels actually taint to the legacy of this one, in my opinion. Just looking at this as one piece of Star Wars, not connected to anything else when I talk about it. The experience I had watching that movie is unmatched. It was electric in the theater. The trailers still gave me chills more than any other trailers. A film that I will hold near and dear forever. It's the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters. It pays homage to the originals while also blending in the new so well. Its legacy has been tainted, but if I look at it as a solo Star Wars movie, it's fantastic. 2016 is La La Land. This is a movie that I hold near and dear to my heart because me and my girlfriend saw it like a week or two after we started dating, and we always sing the songs in the car. We still date to this day. I also resonate with like Here's to the Fools Who Dream. I love movies about like artists chasing their dreams and going after it no matter what, but it also has a really tragic message about choosing your path to make it or also a loved one. What are you gonna do? The music is beautiful. I think the dance sequences and the way it's shot are gorgeous. Chazelle, if the man continues, he'll be one of the greatest of all time. He's one of the best working today. 2017 is a really hard year because there were so many great movies. Not a lot that I revisit a ton, but I'll go with Baby Driver because that is a movie that every time it's like on TV, if I have scrolling through the guide, I'll throw it on for background noise. Catchy soundtrack. It's just a fast-paced, very clever movie, one that most people I know really like to love. I remember seeing it in theaters and just being shocked by how much I dug it. It's also just a really pleasing movie because of how the music matches up with the editing so well. Edgar Wright crafted a piece of art with Baby Driver. I think they're making a sequel, which I don't really want. I like the way this ended quite a bit. For 2018, I'm going Avengers Infinity War. Again, one of the experiences I'll never forget in theaters. It's my favorite MCU movie. That's really all there is to it. For 2019, I gotta go Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is my favorite Tarantino movie. It goes between this and Bastards and, Pulp Fiction's up there and Reservoir Dogs, a bunch of his movies, but I just love the vibes that Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth have, seeing them in the day in the life of Hollywood, and then the antics go down in the third act with Sharon Tate and the Manson cult. I kid you not, I laughed my ass off in the theaters in that third act, and it was so much fun. The whole theater was just having a riotous time. It is a movie that I love to throw on and talk about with friends. It's one of my most quoted movies, and I always go back to this one and just have a fun time with friends. We'll have a few drinks, watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Can't complain. That's a hell of a night right there. For 2020, I'm going with Tenet, Christopher Nolan's latest movie. 2020 was an extremely weird year for me. I didn't watch many new movies. I was just kind of not going to the theater. None of us were because of the whole pandemic. So when I got to see Tenet in theaters, it was special because I hadn't been in so long to see an epic movie like that. I saw it in the biggest screen possible, and when the highway sequence happened, I knew this was special. The way it was shot, the way the score was booming and shaking my body in my seat. It's just a special movie, one that warrants multiple rewatches like a puzzle to try and uncover every single little detail that you might have missed. Robert Pattinson gives a great performance, so does John David Washington. People will complain about characterization, which I understand from a certain point of view, but I think the characters are actually compelling here, especially Elizabeth Debicki's character, who's kind of the heart and soul of this one, the movie, the one that we're really supposed to latch onto. I feel like watching through a second time cleared up so much. This is one of the cooler spectacles I've seen on the big screen in recent years, and I'm excited for Nolan's next movie. He's the guy. And as for 2021, you'll have to stick around to see what my top 10 favorite movies of the year are, which is going to come out in about a month near the end of December. I don't want to tell you what my favorite is yet, because again, I haven't seen every single movie I want to see from 2021, but there is a clear frontrunner at the moment. But that's going to do it for my favorite movie from every year I've been alive. A little bit of a longer video. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Make sure to hit the like button. Again, comment your favorite movie from every year you've been alive in the comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. As the month of December, I have like tons of videos planned, so I'm going to be putting them out multiple a day at times. Follow me on all my social medias. Those are linked down below. Thank you guys again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.